Convergent evolution versus dwarfism. Convergent evolution happens when completely unrelated species naturally develop similar traits because they are adapting to the exact same environmental pressures. For example, dolphins, which are mammals, and sharks, which are fish, look remarkably similar, and both have dorsal fins despite being completely different branches of life. They simply both evolved the ultimate shape for swimming fast through the water. On the other hand, dwarfism in humans is a medical or genetic condition resulting in a short stature, typically defined as an adult height of 4 feet 10 inches, 147 cm, or less. In terms of human disability, it is categorized into proportionate or disproportionate types and involves navigating specific physical, medical, and societal barriers. When considering whether these concepts revolve within the individual body, the answer is yes for one and no for the other. Human dwarfism revolves strictly inside the physical body's genetic makeup and development during a single lifetime. At the cellular level, the most common form, achondroplasia, is caused by a mutation in a specific gene that alters how cartilage transforms into bone during growth. Conversely, convergent evolution does not happen inside a single body and cannot be experienced by an individual. It is a statistical trend that changes the blueprint of an entire species across populations over thousands of generations. While a human having a disability related to dwarfism is not an example of convergent evolution, the two ideas do intersect in wider biology through a phenomenon known as insular or island dwarfism. When large species are isolated on islands with limited food and space over thousands of years, evolution naturally favors smaller bodies because they require fewer resources to survive. This has happened independently to entirely different species on different islands throughout history, resulting in extinct dwarf elephants in the Mediterranean, dwarf mammoths in California, and even an ancient human relative, Homo floresiensis, in Indonesia. Because these separate species all solved the exact same environmental problem by shrinking, this specific biological phenomenon serves as a prime example of convergent evolution. The prevalence of so many short humans globally comes down to standard genetic variation, environmental history, and childhood nutrition rather than medical conditions. Human height is a polygenic trait, meaning it is influenced by more than 700 different gene variants working together. This naturally creates a broad spectrum of human diversity where being short is just a healthy, normal variation on the biological bell curve. Historically, certain human populations also adapted to their surroundings over thousands of years. For instance, some indigenous groups living in dense, tropical rainforests independently evolved shorter average statures because smaller bodies generate less heat and navigate thick jungles more efficiently. Finally, on a global scale, access to childhood nutrition and healthcare dictates whether people reach their full genetic height potential, meaning historical shifts in food security heavily influence the average height of different populations.